Hi guys, and welcome back. Today is the day we are setting up this beautiful, beautiful, and gorgeous budget planner. I'm just gonna go ahead and start with this goals sheet right here. This came from the what do they call them? The companion packs. So, yeah, guys, this is about to be a process. Seeing that this is what the third, fourth, maybe the fourth budget planner I've had. So, yeah, I know this is not going to be quick and easy, and at times it's going to be painful. So, I'm just going to start out here with that short term goal. So, I'm just going to continue with my daily savings goal of $5 a day. It's tiny but mighty. And of course, my long term goal is to have all my debts paid off, personal loans, student loans, credit cards. I mean, we all know it's like the ultimate evil, but something that we all acquire. And yeah, it's gonna happen. I just keep telling myself it's gonna happen. Okay, so now we're moving on to these, and I love these pages. I love the way they look. Hello, Mr. Bird. He's sensing my anxiety. And so I think I'm going to take a moment here just to try to figure out how I want to use these pages. Okay, guys. So, after some thinking here, I figured out that I'm going to kind of create like a vision board, I guess. So, I printed off some stickies with my HP Sprocket printer. And so I'm going to list this first one here. So, this is what I'm saving for. So, of course, I have the emergencies. I have the gifts, holidays, which I know you may be like, those are the same thing. They are not. And of course, recreation. So, emergencies is for when shit goes bad. Those moments exist in everyone's life. I don't care what you say. The gifts are whenever you're just like compelled to give something. And this way, I always have funds to gift someone, but it doesn't break my bank. I don't have to actually sit and think like, oh man, I wish I could, but I don't have money. No, I have money set aside for those moments. And of course, the holidays are the holidays themselves. So that's like your holiday dinners, gifts for holidays, anything holiday related. Then that way I don't even have to think about those two. And of course, recreation, because every now and then we need to get away. Oh, yeah, 2020. I'm telling you right now, I got a lot of locations that I'm like, heck yeah, I want to go. So, the other part that, which I mean, I should have known this, I have learned this, but for some reason it still gets me from time to time, is the difference between inspiration and motivation. So, yeah, I decided, you know what, I'm writing it out. I don't really think that's what I was supposed to do for this part, but I'm writing it out just in case if, like, something comes up and I'm like, okay, no, wait a minute, like, why do I want this? So, the difference being is inspiration is something that lasts a lifetime. It's a long term goal. It's so, like, my example is I want to feel secure with my finances. That is long term. The other thing with inspiration is that it's an internal force, it comes from within. And so, like, I can sit and say that I want to buy a home. Well, why do I want to buy a home? Because I want a home to make and share memories in. And the last and final difference between the two is that inspiration pulls you, it's your driving force. So I want to provide the best experience for those I love. So that would be like Ray and Bert. And so that's like going to be the deciding factor of if I'm looking at a pair of shoes, I really want those shoes, and I'm going to compare buying those shoes and compare it to like, would Bert rather have a cat tree? And yes, I know it sounds weird, but that has actually stopped me from making purchases that I have later deemed or determined to be unnecessary, because I just felt better making sure that them two had what they needed or wanted. It just goes above my own needs. Okay, so we're going to move on to motivation here. So, motivation is slightly different. It's momentary. It is a now feeling. So I need breathing room in my budget. So that's the other reason why I choose not to spend. It's an external force, so it comes from the outside. It would be like bills, rent, utilities. So I need a safe, warm place to call home. So, in other words, a motivating factor is something that you are compelled to do. Something from the outside is telling you you need to do this. You may not want to, but you need to. And okay, so the final difference here is that a motivator pushes you. So inspiration pulls you towards it, a motivator pushes you towards that goal. So you're compelled to take action. So, like, examples that I could use for this would be that I need funds for emergencies. The reason being so I can focus on the issue instead of worrying about the money, which then makes the whole thing less stressful, and I'm more productive in the problem solving. And the best example I have of this is the beginning of, oh God, what was it, 2019? I think I started the year. Well, my dad's car got stolen. We finally found it. I had to come up with the towing fees and everything for him to get it back. Then my car got a flat tire. Then, oh my God, like the engine went and everything. I mean, like, you name it, the worst start to any year. And that is the year that I learned that that emergency fund that I have paid off. Because I probably would have just went, like, AWOL crazy. But I had those funds, so everything worked out. I didn't want to use my funds for that, but I kind of had to because of external forces. So see, there we go, motivators. Now, this top part here, I really have no idea what they were doing with this, so I just figured top three. I'm picking my driving forces. So again, it's my family, learning and creating new things, and exploring new places. And again, I used that HP Sprocket printer there to print off some photos, just to kind of spruce up the page so it's not all writing. And I'm just going to quickly categorize these. And while I'm trimming these up here, I'm going to explain why. Why did I pick the three driving forces? Because I'm thinking it was like financial goals. But no, I chose to focus on the driving forces for the fact that that's why I keep doing this budget thing. Have I failed in the past? Oh, yeah. Oh, so many times. But the thing that keeps me going is that I have these driving forces. Like, I do want to provide the best environment and situations for my son and my cat. Like, I want them to have the best lives that they could possibly have. And to do that, to achieve that, I cannot spend recklessly. I love learning and creating new things. Has that gotten me in trouble in the past with spending? Oh, yeah. We all can admit it. You know, you gotta have that new stickies in that. So I will try to balance those two out. I do have a crafting savings account just for that. It's just like I plan ahead for it because I know it's something that I want. And like instead of wrecking my budget for it, I make sure that it's, you know, already accounted for because I know I'm going to spend it. And of course, the exploring new places, which is something new. It's something that I started in 2019. But I don't know, it's just that feeling of knowing that you're going to try something new or visit a new place And we're very historical, so when we do visit places, it has like a history background to it. We're nerds. And yeah, so I mean, I love adding that to our daily lives. And okay, so as you can see, like I don't know, I have like a variety of photos here. So I got some photos that I've taken, and of course, other photos are like screenshots of like places where we want to go. Like that's Erie Beach right there. For some reason, since, I still haven't made it to Erie Beach. Apparently, everybody in PA has went. I have not. And my son kayaking. That was us trying kayaking for the first time. And okay, so the marine squirrel, I know most of you are probably like, what is that about? Um, yeah, my son is in Marine camp right now, and I'm pretty freaking proud of him. Not really like the life direction I would have picked, of course, because I'm not a Marine. But he thought long term. He was thinking, okay, I want this and this and this out of life. How do I get it? So that's the direction he picked. So we got him in camp right now. And I do have to go down there and pick him up whenever he does graduate. So I do gotta try to keep some money in the traveling funds there so I can go get my child. Which is gonna be exciting. And okay, so yeah, and then we got Bert under the Christmas tree. That's my holiday expenses because even though he is a cat, that is his favorite holiday. He gets more excited over Christmas than my son. So yeah, there must be kitty presents under that tree. And okay, so yeah, of course I got that yoga picture on there. I know you're like, what the heck does that got to do with it? It's because keeping a budget helps reduce stress. Okay, like I don't know, I can't say that enough. I almost wanted to say I can't stress that enough, but yeah, no, I literally cannot say that enough. It really does help with reducing stress related to financial cost. Okay, so, oh god, there's more goals. Okay, guys. All right, so I'm going to take a quick break here and figure out what I'm going to put on here. Okay, so we are back. This savings jar is a little bit different than what they've done in the past. Normally I use little coin stickies. For this one, I think I'm going to split it in two because there's two spots. So, of course, I'm going to have my daily goal, which is the $5 a day. I'll just write up the total that I have at the end. And I'm going to add into my emergency funds on the other side. And so that's pretty much the jar right there. And now we're going to move on to this, which it scared the crap out of me when I first got to it. And again, this is all from the budget extension pack. Just in case if there's any confusion of where, like, if you buy the budget planner and you're like, where are these are from the budget extension pack, which I'm actually kind of happy that I bought. Now, I am, like, writing the dates for these goals just because at first it kind of confused me. Easily confused. So it is easier for me if I just write down, like, what this goal is for. So the first one's for the first month, just to kind of get you started. Again, we're going baby steps. So I am going to be saving $5 a day. With January being 31 days, it's going to give me $155 right off the bat. I told you it's small but mighty. Now, my second goal is to pay off my Capital One account. I am using the snowball method, and it's been working quite well. I believe this is the 5th account since October. So, yeah, I'm killing it. And the other thing is that I need to use the remainder of my December bonus to pay the February rent early, which is gonna save me $550 just for January. So again, like I know it's kind of weird that I'm saving money and then using it, but it has a purpose. Because in that way, whenever I get paid, I could actually use it for the bills and the expenses of that time. Now, we're going to move on to the next quarter, which is January through March. And again, I'm keeping up with that daily goal. I should have 450 by the end of this. I'm going to have the Quicksilver and Amazon Prime accounts paid off as long as I stay on track with my progress. And I'm going to use my tax refund, hopefully if I do get it, to pay off the remainder of my rent until June. And Ray should be returning home somewhere in between that time too. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next 6 months. I wanted to add 6 months on to March. It is the 6 months for this year. So this is the first 6 months. So again, I'm continuing with that daily savings goal. I should have about 900 by now. I'm going to have my Best Buy account paid off again as long as I stay on track. I'm going to use my summer bonus, which comes in June. I'm going to use that to pay my rent until September. I'm marking down holidays. This is the time of the year that like really kicks my butt. Because I have 2 birthdays and of course Easter, and it just always sneaks up on us. So I'm marking that down in here. Just so that if like I'm killing it in the first quarter, I could be like, hey buddy, start putting back some funds. And okay, so that leaves me with the remainder of the year. Okay, so again, I'm going to continue with that daily savings goal. By the end of the year, as long as I don't use it, I will have $1,800. I knew, right? Like from $5 a day, like, what? So, yeah, that's the coolest goal I've ever come up with. And then I should have the JCP account paid off, which by the end of the year, that would give me only 4 more accounts to pay off for 22. So, yeah, slow and steady, my friend, slow and steady, but the light at the end of the tunnel was appearing. And yeah, so I'm going to use my emergency funds that I've built up through the year. I'm going to use that to pay rent for October, November, and December. So see, I got my year's rent ready to go. And then I get my winter bonus about midway through the month. And I'm going to use that to start 22 off to a great start and have my rent paid up until March. So yeah, guys, that's my financial goals for 2021. Oh boy, more goals. Okay, so I thought about how I wanted to do this. Because it's like, dude, I'm getting gold out. But, after writing this out, I was like, you know what, this is kind of cool. So, I'm so sorry, guys. I try really hard not to do that. I do. So, I figured I'm going to start this out in like a step-by-step process here. So, I'm going to start by having a secure emergency fund, which I already do. So, I already have my 1,000 put back. And it's like the only thing I agree with Dave Ramsey on. Now, I've tried it. I didn't like it. I'm going to move on to starting payments on my student loans. Yay. But hey, you can't get it completed unless you start. And then I'm going to have half of my credit card debt paid off by the end of the year. And yeah, I thought it would be really cool to create like a little roadmap. So that's what my little lines are here. So that's my little financial roadmap there. So next, within the next 2 years, I should be promoted. They keep talking about it. I mean, COVID did kind of put it on hold. And now I have to wait for those positions to reappear, to reapply. But I'm going to say within the next 2 years, yeah, I'm going to be promoted. I should have my Capella loan paid off by, 2022. And I'm going to have my credit cards down to $5,000 by the end of that year. So, holy cow. Like I said, baby steps, but, I am seeing where this is all leading to. So, the 5 years, which was like, OMG, I don't think I've ever looked that far. All my credit cards should be paid off by within 5 years, as long as I'm a good girl. I am gonna need to start thinking about buying a replacement vehicle. Notice I didn't say new vehicle. I'm cheap. I don't think I've ever spent over $5,000 on a car. Granted, within 5 years, that's probably going to change. But yeah, I need to replace Brutus within those years. And I would like to start saving for a home since I'm not going to be worried about debt. So it's like you're trading one debt for another, but at least this is something I can live in. Within 10 years, my student loans should be non-existent. Wow. Yeah, I want to purchase a home again after all of that is done. And once I get that done with, then hey, I can actually start thinking about like adding extra funds to my retirement, which I mean, I have a pension and I do contribute to an IRA, but I think it would be really cool if I could just like add more. So there you go, guys. That's a quick flip through of what we've accomplished so far. I know it's a lot. I told you it's a grueling process. And yeah, okay. So these are the bill schedules. And this is what I'm working with right now. um I don't really know if this is possible. I mean, I'm going to fill out the calendar here. Um I don't know what to do with a tiny calendar. I have so many freaking bills. I swear to God, there's like 30 of them that I pay every month. I mean, you're supposed to use this to like give yourself a visual view. Like, I get it. I do a monthly view of my bills so that I don't get scared. I'm gonna leave February empty. Okay, so okay, so I think I'm gonna leave this blank for now because I really don't see me having enough room to add in everything. I mean, this is gonna be some super tiny font. I gotta think of how I'm gonna do this. Maybe the totals. Maybe I'm gonna write up like how much I need per day and write that as a deduction. Yeah, I'm just gonna put this back in here because again, it's kind of like mind blowing me. And I mean, I already have like the big monthly thing. So let's see here. We're going to move on to the accounts. I don't really have that information. I'm going to fill that out on my own. Okay, so this is the other cool thing. This is the no spend monthly look. Again, that's something I got to do as I'm budgeting. I can't really set up for it. And okay, you know what? I remember seeing something really cool. I think it was from Plan Her Way. I'm gonna do my name the way that she did her name. So I will be back with that. Okay, so I think that's it, guys. I think that's what I'm going to start with here. And then I'm just going to put January's in a separate video because this is getting really lengthy here. And I do apologize, but it's a lot. So I want to say thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And please remember to like and subscribe to see more Plan With Me's as we proceed into 2021.